Hello, welcome to another of nothing. Yeah, we're here to talk about nothing. So, welcome to another episode of Cocoa with Megan. Yeah, and Internet tuning help. Ain't no Megan over here. Maybe Megan's holding the phone. It's just me. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? Yeah, one call. I hope you more enjoy the video. Vote me because you like yourself, not because you like me. Liking me. Why would you vote for me because you like me? Liking me got you what? Oh, he likes me. So did you get your nothing, sir? You'll vote for me because you like you, because you like yourself and you like to rule. Those you rule. That's what it's like a platform. It's going to be called like a unified, universal campaign platform. Like who has a campaign? Somebody who has leadership. So even companies have campaigns. They call them marketing campaigns. Really, believe it or not, backdoor, they have like marketing campaigns. They have like a email campaign. They have like text number campaign. We have like people are holding the sign up on the side campaign. Oh, campaign. But all those campaigns, they cost money and cost things. So if we have a common platform where anyone who's leader can run for. So it would be like a common platform where leadership, anyone, so you can put up your videos, you can answer your questions. So there's a talkback for this. It's the talkback number. So 519 714 1114. Huh? Yeah. So you can knock yourself out. We need to give like a democracy a little bit of an upgrade. A few years ago, I gave a speech about democracy, and now I think I've written an article about is democracy of scaling failure. Yeah, it is a scaling failure because the representation becomes hard. You're just a human being. You can't remember millions of people and what each one needs and what all to do. There are limitations. So it has like a bottleneck problem. So to the juice of democracy has a bottleneck issue. So is you going to fix as your new mandate? What's your new mandate? Is it to fix the bottleneck issue with getting to the juice of democracy so that everybody is truly, actually represented? Is that what you're telling me you're going to do? Or you're going to vote for me so I can do that? Right? Jimmy? Right? So, lots of things to the other reasons why you would want to run for elections is because of space. Space is the new frontier. Also, we're going to have some significant. Did you like that movie? It's called Men in Black 2, where they have people living in a locker box, those little people with a little card to the peep show and the little timepiece that gives them energy. In many ways, human beings are just like that. Just like that, so. Humans just like this. So looking at the bigger picture, I think we're going to have like a polar shift. Polar shifts happen. I keep talking about this polar shift, but it is happening. The magnetic field is not what it is. The magnetic field is doing a walkie. I go walkie everywhere. It's still relatively stable, but again, I think, when the clock or when the hour moves, even it's natural, but it moves from 12 o'clock to like 3 o'clock, all of a sudden it seems to move fast. And like a magnet, there are all kinds of wonderful magnets. How would you flip a magnet? The only way you can flip a magnet is with another magnet. So I think that's how polar shifts happen, that flip the Earth's core, the magnet in the Earth's core. That's how things, because we are living in a perfect magnetic field. That's what all the noises we hear is magnetic interference. That's the theory of antennas. That's why you need to run for elections, so that you go and read a theory of antennas and get into electronics. You need to vote for me, sir, because we can put those electronics for work for you, rather than you being under constant surveillance by your own devices. Yeah, your very own device that you love and married to is working against you. Is that the kind of life you want to live? Then run against me, sir. We need to use them technologies to run them tractors and do all the bulldozing and the tree planting. Like we're gonna have like several tree planting little rabbits and go around, scoop up the disc and plant trees. All run remotely. The future is exciting. I think we are the pinnacle of civilization too. When it comes to we are so close that you can almost create a human being, with technology. Then you have reached some kind of pinnacle of civilization. When you reach usually the zenith or the crest of the pinnacle, also there's like a lot of Russian roulette. Like life is like a slobbering game of Russian roulette, my friend. With a good time also comes like a severe threat, and we are having like a little bit of a threat over here in terms of things that are beyond our control, like climate, which is actually caused, I think, by the polar shift. That's how the sea rays is running, not because of your carbon. Carbon all could be, maybe. I'm against it, okay? Run against me if you want to be a solar panel, and vote for me if you're going to realize a natural design of being solar collectors. So the key word is to collect it. It's not to like reflect it or kind of use it for 8 hours. So if I'm here, like my face, could you see my face? Or you see my backhand? Can you see the light that's radiating? So my job as good backhand is to observe all the sunlight in the immediate area. Is my hand doing that, sir? Is it only in one direction? It has to be like 365 directions, and it has to absorb all the energy. So we need to be thinking more in terms of solar collectors, solar collections, rather than them are. We have failed to think in like long, big processes. We have failed to realize that everything's connected. We failed to realize that the soil is the birth of everything you eat, or most of the things that you eat. We define the soil. We do. And eventually we turn into soil too and feed the worms. That's if you have like a natural burial or some kind of burial. It all depends on that, from dust to dust. Except if you develop your spirituality really high and really well, then you become a saint. Like saints are true. Like in the sense we failed to understand that whole domain where you can become a saint, because if you spend your time more than worldly things. But again, it's being sainthood is not really for everyone. Some people, the other day, one young little fine gentleman was saying, don't try to be a saint, try to be a gentleman. Yeah, my friend, you can be a saint and a gentleman too, but there comes a time where you have to tell people and take people to account for all the actions that they've committed, wild ones, wild. So you need to take people to account certain things. Because if you're going to be like smiley face, gentleman, gentle girl, gentleman, then you will have like issues in life. Nice song? Yeah. Also, every Canadian town, yeah, you either run for elections where every Canadian town has a university. Yeah, every place you live, you should be able to have a university. That's a hallmark of thing. Our whole thing needs to be changed into an educational model. Like, how can we possibly think about solving the doctor issue? You know, we have like a major doctor medical staff issue and all that. How can we possibly solve it? We solve it if we make it into like a doctorship. Like everything, we change it to a college, a university model. So what do you need doctors for? You got to look at what you need is, you need somebody to do C-section. Okay, you set them down and train them just to do C-section, my friend. This man is like a C-section specialist. His name is Satoshi Su from Japan. No, baby. And he's been educated at the University of Windsor. Children don't have to leave their house or town to become like educated, like and get like a master's degree or any field or thing that they pursue. That they have to make a choice between half loaf and a full loaf. You know that saying about why be grateful for a half loaf when you have like a full loaf and all those things. No, my friend, we live in a land of milk and honey. Okay, so I want 3 loaves. 3, like Jesus said, 3. No ham, no nothing, is all good. 3. Okay. So we need universities in every town. At least it has to be online, because pushing people into trades and things, because that's a better thing to have, I think. Recently, the local community colleges seem to have some kind of issues. They've taken a little bit of an issue with me, which is wonderful. I think they're sociopathically immoral. Again, that's the exploitation of the law, because of the law of laws that are working. This place, their key motivation, the only motivation they function over here is for international fees. They've taken on more than they can afford, more than they can accommodate in the local city. So Now, with the due to this thing, the rental. I live in a little town, so rental has increased to the roof. There's not enough rental properties available. There's not enough jobs. Before you could get like a work in like a cook as a dishwasher, do this, do that, and all of that. But no, you can't get now all those things. All those little things have gone away. But still, we are unable to take care of the local. We're taking on more than we can chew. We have no, especially this, the caliber is kind of missing. Many of these, unfortunately, world over, the whole world over, credentials, they have failed to be, we have too many fake credentials. To put that in plain, rotten English, is too many fake degrees. So who has a real one and who has a fake one is hard to prove. For me, I'm lucky. I have all my stuff, so you can come and check it out. Yeah. And also it shows in my abilities. Yeah. I can ride a cow, or I can ride like a bison, man. Like, have you ridden a cow bison? Like, yeah. When I am Prime Minister of Canada, I'll bring my bison to work. So, yeah, the man has his own bison, but you ride over to the hill. No, we're going to change weather thing. Only thing I know about Ottawa is that it has like ice storms. I was in Ottawa during an ice storms for like 3 hours. This is it meant like change the capital or something, because yeah, I think we need to change the capital. But like, what a word does Ottawa mean? We should turn it to Betawa. Betawa or Retawa. Okay. What else can you talk about? Can you talk about extempo? I'm talking of this off my head, like really no notes, no. Because there's really lack of any kind of genuinity about any individual. We just show this world. We're supposed to show this world a facade of us. A facade about how I'm going to help you and how I do my charity and how good I am and how much I express my gratitude for everything that I have. I'm appreciative of everything I have, and I don't covet anything that I don't have. And, there's a difference between gratitude. Gratitude is my whole life is gratitude. What I would say is my life is a testament to the greatness of Allah. Yeah, my life is a testament to the greatness of God. When your life is a testament to the greatness of God, then you know who God is and how grateful you need to be. Well, I need to take time to give express humility and gratitude for my second, which I like so very much. What else can I give gratitude about? Yeah, get something new, man. I think this whole gratitude thing is like for each year, I'm very pay attention to words a lot. And each year there's a word that I pick for overuse and over abuse. Forget about use. Abuse is the word for 2003. 2023 is gratitude and humility. These humility speeches are Hollywood speeches. You're sick of them. You do them while you commit like heinous sins at work. Now the reason why you need to run for elections or vote for me is and is because of privacy. We have privacy. Today I went for a dentist. Actually, my teeth are like a teeth of a shear can who has had like first several root things. My teeth are awful, but I couldn't go. Why? Because the questionnaire at the dentist was tedious. I can't answer all those things. I'm just here for you to examine my teeth, and that's it. See what you can do and what you can't do. But I have to fill out this whole tedious things about what other thing. And okay, I would fill it up. But the problem is, this is my new policy. You collect less, you lose less. Because we collect all this information about Tom, Dick, and Harry, and about everybody, and all that we've done. And then you are unable to protect it, my friend. You are unable to keep it safe. All the data is gone. It's like, for example, Life Labs. They had all our data is actually all. I think it's available out. Life Labs. You remember the data hack of Life Labs? Did you go through a process of creating a Life Labs account? You know what a tedious process, like they have like triple security. Oh, what's your favorite dog's name, and what is your mother's favorite object of desire, and what is your middle mother's names, uncles, aunties, sisters, like everything. Like instead of that security, instead of it being of use for you, it has become turned into a liability for you. So when LifeLab has had that thing, bang, all the data belongs to somebody. Now that data can be you can be socially engineered. That's why you need to vote for me. So you got to understand the meaning of social engineering, or you need to vote for me. So because the social engineering is manipulating you. So you know that you're in the market for a car, you need a car. So you kind of like give you a car and send you all kind of car. And it's like despitefully using your information on you, even without you knowing it. Well, we all do that because when we look at people and we observe them and we kind of try to put them in a pigeonhole and try to sell them the thing that they need or don't need. But despitefully being used, there should be proper laws that safeguard people from all such things, right? So collect less, and so you have less to lose. I can't give all that kind of information about dentists thing. I've seen it somewhere. So Life Labs, again, that was a failure. Why? Because it's Microsoft technology. I could tell that Life Labs was built on Microsoft technology when they were asking me. Because I look at our app, that's why you need to run, or you need to vote for me. Because when I look at the application, I see built in Visual Builder, C++, or what is it built in, or it's a web interface, or it's a JavaScript. Because I'm an analyst, that's what I did. Like I learn, and I constantly learn. It's not like I know everything. I have like modules of things that I need to learn. That's what I learn. I've learned how to learn. I teach myself. I gotta sing. प्यार किया था धमा क्या जब प्यार किया था धमा क्या गुट हाय बना क्या प्यार किया कोई चोरी नहीं की प्यार किया. There you go, they started. Yeah, like I have this like hidden contract, like silent contract with BBC. Like each time they start talking, I gotta do the singing. Oh, there's the unclassified. Unclassified is pretty good too. It's a reduced BBC kind of something like that. I don't know why you have to accentuate on the word reduced. Yeah. And then we have a like major issue with the media. Our media has lost its credibility. And why is that? Because since it has lost its credibility, like CBC, and because it's true. Again, in the media, what is the media? It pushes an agenda. It does. Every media pushes an agenda. And then there's interlaced with the policy of the country, the governance, and there's nothing like an independent press. Like also, it's for private interests are brought up. CNN has private interests. CBC is they've been bought up by the liberal money and funding. They keep on throwing funding at them. Also, CBC is like funded by anonymous donors who actually like all kind of black money. They want to influence and push their agenda of thing. So that's why you have like these anonymous donors who like they throw a whole bunch of money, but they're pushing the agenda. And CBC, they're like, sorry, I used to like CBC. I used to be proud to be, say, I used to call that real journalism. Now CBC is like a shoot. It is the whore of Justin Trudeau, CBC. Yeah, that's what you asked, sir. Then maybe later on you're going to be the of Mr. Polly. Well, you don't have to be my hoe, and if you work for CBC, and you don't have to, you can say good things, bad things, all kind of things you like about me, my friend. You don't have to like me. If you like yourself and you believe in real, true journalism, and you believe in the truth, and you want to learn the truth, and you want a better society. What is society? Okay, society is not defined by the law of society. The law of society has failed. You have failed to. You've been taking advantage of the blind damsel and playing pin the tail on the moose. Where's my moose spoon, sir? Would you like to see my moose spoon again? Okay. Well, you said encore. Encore. Yeah. Sorry, moose. I apologize. Yeah. Name our moose bone. Like where were we with justice? No, the thing is, the law is actually in the Senate needs to upgrade too, because it is as modern as the 13th century, my friend. One thing the law takes its pride in being the same old. And I like it to be like the same old kind of situation, but unfortunately we need to do a little better. Not a little, a whole bunch. So we're going to do like a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to have the new kind of, it's called judicial information technology. That's a new field of legal legislation, like legal studies, where it's going to study justice and information technology, where you define various, where every forms have fields, and every field needs a value, and every value needs a format, and every format, there's a whole lot of things that has to be unison across the planet. We're going to have one law, and the law that flows like water, the law that is like obeys the law of fluid dynamics, the law that is like a human law for human beings, rather than the imposition of any caste, creed, nature, or any kind of thing. So it's going to be the pursuit of real happiness. Real happiness. Yeah, wouldn't you like to be not burdened with this constant pressure of being homeless? Like what's your biggest fear? Let me cheat. Let me dig you in the rib and ask you what is your biggest fear? Your biggest fear is to be homeless and hungry. Yeah. Everybody taking all your stuff. This is your just my stuff's going to get. Well, you gotta get some of your teeth. Oh, well, there you go. One of them totally beautiful filled out. I wonder if I can use it instead of my dentist. So the reason is privacy. Privacy is one of my core values. We need to have privacy. Again, people have abused privacy too. Like many people, you want some information, want some news, use privacy. You want to be of help to your child and give them guidance and say, no, my friend, there is a trap. You know, I've been down that trap and I fell on my ass and I broke this. I wasted like 16 years of my life because I did not see to the trap. You need your child to say, no, you can't, it's privacy. Privacy issues. So privacy has become a curse. And one this that's the whole problem with society, in the law society especially, and even the people who make legislation. You've taken a good thing and made it into like a scourge. You made it into like a imposition of life. We're too eager to like hold people, children, and all responsible for them, and we try and take them away from their parents and all this so that we can create them into individuals and make them pay taxes. Yeah, the more individuals, like anyhow, it seems to be all about paying taxes because you want like more people and you want more households and more separate things. There you go. Gentle does it, sir. So I was saying, like, what was I saying? I was saying, clue. Yeah, why don't you run for elections, my friend, and see like how many votes you gain, like how good you are, like all them things. Yeah, run against a man who has the Mojo. So, employment too. I think if we change everything so university-wise into like the domain of university, so we can solve our doctor's issue, doctor problem, because we train people for specific things that they need. And then as they need more things, we train them for specific things. Likewise with COVID too, we need to train like doctors and specifically treating COVID. So you're like COVID certified, you know how to treat a COVID patient. Like even ordinary people need to learn how to do a COVID thing. You know, that's how we can solve the problem. Is we need to move our things from the corporate world to educational system like universities, like centers of education and universities where things work together. There seems to be like a disparity between you growing up, then going to school, and then being gainfully employed in the community or in society or on the planet. Why is there there's the thing, why is it all disconnected? I think it all has to be integrated so that from school itself, you have your school and work needs to be integrated so that you're constantly learning new things that are required, that are needed, and you are constantly working on that too. We've separated this education and to work has become a very disjointed. So I think that's where we'll be able to solve our medical problems. Like even like a first year medical student or second year of surgery, it can do certain surgeries, and they do certain surgeries too. But same with I'm talking about the idea about the judicial information technology and the JL9 judiciary language protocol and the enterprise, this whole particular political enterprise system and all is going to be created on the open source by all of us as people. It's going to be like an educational model where instead of giving like a private corporate company $1 billion, we give it to students, and we give it so that they have to learn. They're getting paid to learn, as well as when they're getting, instead of giving them like a student loan, you get paid to learn, as well as what you create is going to be used. Because if human beings don't use your stuff, yeah, there's no easy solutions over here. Let me tell you, each day you fail to vote, run for election, or you fail to vote for me is a day closer to a point of like no return. It's already like a tedious, hard situation we are running into. The current situation is to pretend about the status quo is good. You know, you can always pretend that status quo is like fine. Like everything, all well, it's all well at 9:30 p.m., sir. Or you can realize what's really going on and see that we are at the brink of war, like a real hard war that's going to last for a long time. This matter is war only becomes bigger. You need to be able to stop it. That's why you either need to run or you need to vote for me. Because if you vote for me, I will end this freaking war. Yeah. As else, you see the Jobu? It's a Jobu of a war in the the boy you go. You go. You call the word of the Jobu. Jabba. Yeah, they were Jabba. So I would end this world. I call this the world about nothing. Them are fighting again, the war about nothing. Yeah, the man is like a 20-year veteran from the war of nothing. 20 years of my life I give about fighting about nothing. Yeah, he's a highly decorated veteran of the war about nothing. Please help me welcome Brigadier General Jimmy Johnson. He's like a highly decorated war about the war of nothing. So, yeah, he's been fighting about nothing for a whole long time. You go to sing it up for nothing, man. You're fair. You got to show him the middle of, the. Yeah, so no, sir. We're no fat, no move, because we think like a planet, like a plant, like a planet. I think maybe we should call it a plant. Yeah, the Earth is a plant with like one bulb. Like, how would you be if you were a plant that was floating around in space? Would show up on the ball, wouldn't you now? Would you now, sir? Or do you want to go fight in the war of nothing? No, there's nothing reason to fight with, really. There's Russian, Chinese, American, all of them are the same kind of people, so you're all of them same, my friend. All of you is good, all of you is like no good, baby, you no good. You're all like human beings. There's really nothing special about you. You're all like look a little different. Some look like, yeah, and some like, but you're all the same, my friend. Like, is the same kind of nature, human beings. Inside, yet That's what you are. So, that being said, there's no point in fighting. There's fighting about nothing. You're fighting about money, everyone wants money. You're not fighting because you hurt each other. You're not fighting because of all the blood that President Trump has done to you. You know, President Trump, he has all put you all on a war's edge, and he has flown off, sir, and he's in the background trying to get back his seat. You was never going to be president again, Mr. You've denigrated the White House. You have denigrated democracy. You have put democracy in demos. So all of your fine gentlemen and ladies will need to take down Donald Trump, throw the bastard. I'm going to make an exception under the best and blame him for everything under the sun and kiss your Russian brothers and sisters, kiss your Chinese brothers and sisters that have brought to you fortune cookies, Shanghai noon, Singapore fried rice, all those fine delectables that would make an American town incomplete. And blame Trump and get out of this bullshit. That's how I would end this war, because it's Trump's war, man. We can call it the war of nothing, thanks to Trump. Trump. Like in the past, have there been any kind of president that started like lame wars? But this one is like Trump. It was always picking on Ukraine, picking on Russia, picking on this. Anyway, my point is my policy on Trump. I have only one policy on Trump. Don't talk about Trump. That's it, okay? So this will be the last time I gave you my pointer, and that is throw bus on Trump under the bus, kiss and make up with your enemies, because, you know, Russian people are nice. I don't know if you know any. I think I worked with several. There's several all over. There's a Russian nearby, my friend. Just reach out and touch him. You'll touch him. You'll touch that firm Russian buttock. And when you touch it, you will know the meaning of mad Russian. Yeah. There's all good Russians are all around. So the same with Chinese people. And they're all like fine people. But we need them. We can't, you know, Trump, he threw the spanner into your money-making machine. You know, Amazon, Beamazon, all of y'all were like churning out mangoes and onions and crocodiles and all those things because y'all had the whole thing going. You know, y'all had it all like cutting corners, like to the dime, like making like the sure bet predictables. And then up comes Trump and he puts like a tariff, like a 25% tariff on China, and like doom, you put in like a real bigger spanner, you know, those monkey wrenches, bigger than my fine instrumental piece. You're taking it and throwing it into like the Chinese economy, and the whole process of bringing you all kind of things, you're throwing it and things. You don't realize you're like spiting the nose and biting the face. Have you ever had like a pirate's punishment? It's like a pirate's punishment where you have to eat your own lip. You will eat your own lip, Fletcher. Yeah, I wasn't on the bounty, sir, but I've had other mutinies on ships in the southern seas. Yeah. So, what else can I tell you about, like, why you need to run for elections or vote for Henry? The reasons. I really don't want to convince you either about anything, because I'm going to be like how you say, emperor of planet Earth. So what is being prime minister of Canada? Because my policy is like whatever political opening comes up, you take it, and you start from somewhere. Once you have a platform, then you can change things and bring about, upgrade things and bring about start. So in the beginning, I was thinking of doing the parliament provincial because that was up. The next is like federalist cup because that's what active democracy is. That's why I came to Canada, to exercise the rights of a citizen. And I would urge you, my friend, to pick up like a Mojo bone. I'm pretty sure you can't find one of these, man. Those mooses, they never leave their jaws around. They're very sensible animals. Yeah, that's why they call it Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Are you from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, sir? You please run for the turquoise valley of Canada. Also, we need to solve. I'm going to tired of talking. I don't want to waste your time either. So we need to solve this overdose crisis. Now, how would you solve the overdose crisis? You think you're going to like form with some kind of magic bullet? I don't have a magic bullet either, and you don't really need bullets. What you need is like we need to see successful cases of people who have like escaped addiction, because addiction is a hard one. Like all of us are addicted. You know, you're addicted to your Tim Hortons coffee. You're addicted to your daily things that you need. You're addicted to all that you like. We have like a technology addiction too. Pretty sure you can't live without your phone. You're just going to crack. Why? Because you don't have internet. So this is my thought. We can only find like cures for the overdose crisis and all this for people who have successfully got to addiction. I wouldn't say I was. I was alcohol, and I was addicted to alcohol because that's what alcohol is. It becomes a vicious circle. You mess up when you drink, and then you drink to feel better, and then again you mess up, and then again you drink to feel better, and then again you mess up and things. So it becomes a circle of life. And I've managed to succeed for like 16 odd years. I really don't count the time because counting time is when you really have a plan to return to it. I don't really have a plan because I understood well. I got a good grasp on alcohol and like what it does to you and who you are and what it's all about. Because I've drunk every kind of thing, intoxicating drugs. I think human nature is to seek intoxication and relief. Why do you drink coffee in the morning? Why do you drink tea in the evening? Or why do you eat food? Or why do you have like a pop or a Coke? Or yeah, in the South, instead of drinking tea or coffee, they get up and drink a Coca-Cola, my friend. If you're like a true man from Atlanta, your morning coffee is a Coca-Cola. It cleans your teeth. You don't need to brush your teeth, man. With just the soda and the thing that makes your teeth glimmer, like glimmy glim. And nothing like being sweet. It reminds you of being sweet to everybody, every time, all day long. So addictions, but before Coca-Cola, I used to have like real cocaine. Funny that I haven't getting to cocaine. So a real shot of cocaine used to be in that drink. So they used to have it 1 in the morning just to feel like, yeah. So talking about things. Also, so success can come from. I wonder if any one of you all read this book. It's called Narcopolis. So something. It's written by a man who's been steeped in addiction, who's tried every kind of substance. So there's some good ideas in that book. I would like to see maybe you can implement some of those ideas and bring about some way where people can function as well as given to their desire to have an experience without being negatively spiraled down into, death. There's some of the drugs are just plain death because they addict you, they made you, enslaved you. This is not only like a chemical addiction, it's not only like a psychological addiction, it's also like a physical addiction where you are addicted to a substance. And you're going to do anything that you can, whether it's steal or rob or defile yourself, or you're going to do anything because it's such a powerful addiction. When you stop thinking, you feel like something is, your bones are being wrenched apart. So it's kind of quite the powerful physical addictions too, and also there's all kinds of things. So we need to take the harm. I'm a big proponent of the harm reduction policies. We need to take the harm out of a high. So you can have a safe high, you can have a wonderful high that's appropriate for your age and your time, and we educate people about having like a good high without like being like putting pressure on the paramedics. I believe it was like a zoo in Victoria and Vancouver and all that. Little people, little young children like that. Have you seen the documentary on CBC about little children who are overdosing in Victoria? And it's all over the places. It's just we really don't know about it. So one is this narcopolis. I think narcopolis, it talks about getting what kind of plan of my habit. He talks about pre-colonial India, where India is a fascinating place too. People came from India. I'm too from India. So it was. He talks about Bombay. It'll always be Bombay. It was Bombay to me, and it'll always be Bombay. There's even a song, Bombay say I am a dost ko salam karo. So in Bombay, there used to be opium houses. Opium houses existed all over the place. Of course, India has like a Chinese connection to then too. And people used to take opium and visit opium dens. Yet, they used to have functioning lives too. So they used to have hold-on jobs and be part of the functioning society. But they had opium dens too. So, but he documents all the whole history of the whole, because he's been through the whole thing, If you want to really find a solution to this problem, you have to have asked the people who has walked the fire of addiction. You're not really going to find like any kind of solutions in somebody who's preachy and say you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to do that. The solution is for somebody who has walked and lived in the furnace of addiction, the problems of, the needing a substance to make you feel, first makes you feel good and then it makes you feel normal. Because I think it is natural for human beings to take certain hallucinogens, to take certain substances. That's why we cherish tea and coffee. All of the commodities that are very essential to us. I think much of the English civilization is built on the need for tea. That's why they went to India too, because you needed tea. You needed the stimulus. You need caffeine. We need all kind of, unless, like, only church, I think the Mormon church believes in absolute zero stimulus, external stimulus. But it's nature for us that even food is a stimulus too. Why do you have to get down to the crux of the matter? Why do people like to get high? Yeah, like why get high? You have to answer that fundamental question. Like, why do you want to get high? Well, it's because you want to feel happiness, a sense of relief. When you get high, this is how I describe it. When a person consumes cannabis, this is what if the cannabis is of good quality and good thing and all, you'll feel like a blanket of comfort. It'll take away all your pain, or most of it. And you're not going to feel your external stimulus. Also, it'll drop your perception. It makes you more introspective with its seeds. So you're going to be like a plant. A plant really doesn't care like too much. Yeah? So